In Orlando, Florida, a man is arrested after slapping a teenage hostess 3 times in a luxury restaurant in Walt Disney World. In New Jersey, a man uses a unique device to steal $1,700 worth of gas. And in Minnesota, a man dresses as a UPS worker to commit murder. These stories and more coming at you today, Monday, February 5th. On Real Life Real Crime Daily, and I'm Jim Chapman.
And I'm Woody Everton.
And I'm Mike Agavino. Monday.
But guess what, boys? Guess what today is?
Oh, it's Swim's birthday, isn't it?
That's right.
Happy birthday.
Right. That's
to
right.
Swim.
That's right.
Happy birthday
That's
to
right.
Swim.
Hey, shout out to my mama. Every year. That's right, for birthday. That's right.
Shout out!
And my daddy for helping make me. Right? Every year for my birthday, or she always says happy birthday, Eve, however many days for. But every year for my birthday, I get my birth story.
Wow. I love that.
So now I do that with my kids. This was what I was doing the night before. So my mom's birth story, the afterbirth.
The afterbirth.
No pun intended. But back then, they let the men in the room when the births were happening and all that. But I was born, and my dad left probably to go get drunk. And my mama wakes up, and she tells the nurse to call Lee, tell him to bring me a pack of cigarettes. Back then, you could smoke in the hospitals and shit, even after you had a baby.
Right. Yeah. Crazy, huh? Think that.
Yeah. And so she had smoked in like 30-some years now. But anyway, she said, the nurse came back in after calling my dad, and she said, well, what did he say? And my dad said, he said for you to bum one for someone.
I'm shocked that they haven't called you about making a Hallmark special out of that.
Yeah, right. That's a special moment, right?
Be a great
54
Hallmark
trips
movie.
around the sun, and we love and appreciate all y'all. And
you scared me a little because I thought you were going to tell the whole foreplay story of exactly what had happened that night and how it got to that.
I tried to go back 9 months and figure out what kind of special event was going on. So let's go back February to January, December, November, October, September, August. What is it? July, June. So I guess I was a May baby. Maybe Labor Day. Is it May? Memorial Day?
Graduations.
No, it could have been
someone else's wedding.
Could have been anything, but I never asked.
Kentucky Derby, Indy 500. You got some stuff going on there.
I don't know.
NBA playoffs. That wouldn't have been a big deal.
Yeah, I doubt that.
NBA playoffs.
Maybe because they turned the TV off. Anyway, let's get down to some true crime time for Monday, and we love y'all.
Surprised with your investigation skills. You hadn't figured all of that out yet.
Yeah, that's interesting.
All right. We're going to Florida. And
Pinellas County.
No. I don't think. Is Orlando Pinellas County?
I think, no, it's not.
I think we
may have some Pinellas in this episode.
Okay. All right.
Well, a South Carolina man is set to make his first court appearance next month after he was accused of slapping a teenage hostess at Walt Disney World.
What a class act.
At a restaurant 3 times in the forehead while under the influence after she refused to seat him during the restaurant's dress code. Due to the restaurant's dress code. John Marino, 64, was arrested and charged with battery after an altercation involving him and a 19-year-old hostess at Citrico's inside Disney's Grand Floridian Resort. I've actually stayed at the Grand Floridian and ate at Citrico's. This was back in November. Marino is no stranger to luxury hotels. He is the vice president of hospitality, sales, and marketing at the prestigious Sea Pines Resort in Hilton Head, Florida, where he lives.
Hilton Head, South Carolina.
Or South, let me boom that. Why did I say Florida? They don't have a Hilton Head, Florida?
No,
probably not.
I don't know why I thought Florida. At the prestigious Sea Pines Resort in Hilton Head, South Carolina, where he lives. So deputies with the Orange County Sheriff's Office respond to the resort in reference to a battery. An investigation revealed that just before 7:30 p.m., a restaurant hostess was checking a family who had a reservation for 3. However, the group arrived with 4 people, 2 women and 2 men. One of the men, identified as Marino, was not dressed in accordance with the restaurant's dress code. He was wearing swim shorts and a T-shirt. And in the Citrico's website states guests are expected to dress accordingly in attire that respects the restaurant's sophisticated and upscale aesthetic atmosphere, adding it explicitly that swimwear isn't allowed. Because Marino was wearing swim shorts and a T-shirt, he was told by the hostess he would not be able to dine with his family. Now, when they told him that, he seemed to understand it, and he says, I'll go ahead and wait with the group until they were seated. So the hostess agreed to his request, but the situation escalated when she took the group to the seat moments later. Marino followed the party of 3 to the table, even though he was told he was not allowed to do so. Please don't allow him to sit with us. He's really drunk, underdressed, and it's my birthday, and I'm embarrassed, one of the women told the hostess. When the hostess told Marino that he couldn't sit with the group, he repeatedly started slapping her in the forehead 3 times while stating her name, which he read from the name tag on her shirt. The hostess sustained no injuries and declined medical treatment and wished to pursue charges. Deputies caught up with Marino, who they said was apparently intoxicated based on his slurred speech, glassy red eyes, and constant repeating that he was going to sue Disney. Marino was arrested and released on a $1,000 bond the next morning and entered a plea of not guilty, and he is expected to appear in court for a pretrial conference hearing on February 16th. And he strangely resembles one of our hosts here at Real Life Real Crime Daily, whose name starts with an M. So he kind of looks like Mike a little bit. If Mike had dark hair. Does he not?
I don't.
Little resemblance there. Maybe a brother.
No.
Distant cousin.
No.
Distant?
No.
Hey?
Not seeing it.
I kind of see it.
Put some glasses on him and.
I don't know. I mean,
Fine.
yeah, put some glasses on him. But there you go. So don't throw a fit at Citrico's in Walt Disney World, or you will end up in jail.
He slapped her, and you think people slapping people in the face. You don't think about him slapping them on the forehead.
No, it's
Slapped on the forehead.
ridiculous. But for any restaurant, you got a 19-year-old hostess. The policy should be that the managers the hostess should spot it, not put herself or himself in that position, have somebody of authority, the manager, come over and have them tell that person so that she's not put in that kind of a difficult situation, 19-year-old. And then for the woman to do we don't want him to sit with us. Well, you know what? You should have told him that. Yeah. Don't put that on the hostess to then have to manage. I mean, that's. I
agree with that.
That's a lot put on that.
Management should have handled
Walt
that.
Disney, change your policy per ego.
Well,
or he's going to report you to the board.
Well, and also Sea Pines, you might want to get rid of that ass because you have him in a pretty important job that he obviously doesn't respect because of the way he treats. I don't care how many drinks you've got in you. If that's your profession, you ought to know how to treat people.
Yeah, I agree. Idiots. So there you go.
Let me ask you this: do you know, because I saw a complaint here at a local restaurant that is pretty swanky, and it has a dress code, and someone had a hat on, and they had posted on Facebook, I'll never try to go there again or whatever, because they had a cowboy hat on, and the restaurant would not let them eat there because of that.
Yeah.
What do y'all think about that?
Let me tell you this:
Curious.
when I was raised, and I could not wear a hat inside the house. You certainly, to this day, I don't. And when I go to my daddy's house, I take off my hat. That's just that's
to me,
some
if
old
they're
school
posting
proper stuff.
The dress code,
yeah.
I mean you decide not to follow it. That's
most cowboys
your
are going to take their hats off inside of it. I mean, when I was in Dallas and we were eating at the fanciest restaurant with the Lambos and shit parked outside. And we had our cowboy hats. We took them off and set them down by our feet. So
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh, really? I was going to ask. So that's the tradition for a cowboy. You're inside and you're
I mean, not if I'm going to eat at Sloppy Joe's or Wings or whatever.
Right.
I might wear them, but you gotta have some class.
You know, Burt
Like,
Reynolds
gotta have
once
some
said
class,
he only
people.
takes his hat off for one thing.
Yeah.
Told Sally Field that, remember?
Right, I remember
Smoking the
that.
Bandit.
Sally learned that the hard way, I think.
Yep. All right. Well, this next one, I've actually had cases like this, and a New Jersey man was arrested last week after authorities say he manipulated a pump at a gas station in Delaware to steal over $1,700 in fuel. Kelvin Giron Brand, 34 of Patterson, installed a special device on a fuel pump at a Wawa in Newcastle. I guess that's a gas station.
It's a Wawa, is like a Circle K or 7-Eleven.
Okay. All right. So the device enables the fuel pump to dispense far larger quantities of fuel than the pumper's tracker accounts for. In other words, you get gas at a fraction of the cost. So troopers had responded just after 3 p.m. Tuesday to report a fuel theft at the Wawa and found Kelvin Brand at a pump in a white Ford van. Investigators learned that a trend of diesel fuel thefts had been occurring at multiple Wawa gas stations in the area using devices installed on fuel pumps. Troopers suspected the fuel pump the Brand was using and discovered one of these devices. And they also found multiple containers in his van that contained over $1,700 worth of fuel. I was thinking more like the people used to go around and siphon gas out of vehicles before they put those things on where you can't get the hoses down there anymore. But, gas is expensive.
And that device, it's pretty high tech device. It's a serious
that's not
device.
A redneck thing.
So they might have got him with only a partial load in there. I mean, it might be able to get a lot more than $1,700 in a certain time period.
How far are you going to ride around in your van with all that gas in the back?
Dude, that's like a rolling bomb.
Yeah, he should have been. It should have been dumb criminals if he was smoking cigarettes. Yeah. Can't blow.
Well, he definitely
was he smoking cigarette?
Yeah, he told me.
Oh,
I met him at the Wawa. I bummed a cigarette off him at the Wawa.
And he tried to throw it out the window.
He just flicks him in the back of the van. That's where he was a dumb criminal.
I can't tell you how many people I see smoking while they're filling up gas still.
Oh, fuck that. Let me tell you what.
Freaking
hey,
nuts.
we had
the
infrared cameras at gas station. We have ours on. Well, I have ours on AR, which we shoot hogs at night for infrared.
Yep.
You can take that infrared and go to any gas station, and when you're pumping, there you can see the fumes that are coming out.
Yeah.
Do not smoke at that motherfucking gas station because the fumes are the most volatile part of gas, right? I mean, that's the easiest thing to ignite. Is if you take a lit cigarette and just slammed it in the gas, it'll put it out. You hold it above where the fumes are coming out, your ass is blowing up.
Yep.
I was watching this newscast the other night, and you know how sometimes they'll have 4 different people, the screen split 4 ways because they've got 4 people on video, but they're all remote.
Right.
But this is a serious news story they're covering, and I was shocked. I thought it was the funniest thing ever. This one guy that's involved in this thing is banging heater after heater. I mean, he blew through like 5 smokes during this hour-long thing and just keeps lighting up. I mean, how long has it been since we saw any? I can remember as a kid, the newscasters.
I remember them too. Like
smoke,
the
guy on ABC. Smoke,
yeah. He's smoking on that.
Not Harry Reasoner, Reynolds.
My mama smoking in the after she gave birth to me. Yeah. Hey, you remember when you smoke on airplanes and shit? They had the ashtrays in the in the seat thing.
Oh yeah.
No, I mean
because they would have the no smoking signs.
Big cloud of smoke. I was with my mother and her older sister a few months ago. Her sister's like 92 and my mom's 87. And I asked my aunt, her older sister, if she'd ever smoked. And she said, no. And I turned to my mother and I said, oh, your sister never smoked. Why the heck did you smoke? She said, I didn't start smoking until I was pregnant with your sister.
I don't know. Hey, look, my mom was smoking and drank with every one of us. That's the way it was. Back then, they didn't know all this stuff. And, I mean, maybe that's to blame for some of my craziness. I don't know. Hey, y'all, let me tell you about Gobble. All Gobble meal kits are pre-prepped. That means less work for you and less waste in your kitchen. Their meal kits include everything you need so you can save time at the store or just skip that trip entirely. I got the box in and I had 3 different meals. I had a Kung Pao chicken, crispy fish tacos, and a beef bourguignon, however you say it. But let me tell you about the classic beef bourguignon. Look, it came with beef pot roast and a beef broth concentrate, red wine demi-glace, cremini mushrooms, cipollone onions, mashed potatoes, baby carrots, and rosemary thyme butter. It was so easy to make. Literally like 15 minutes it took Cindy. And let me tell you something, and all the dishes were fire, but this thing was like a taste explosion in my mouth. It's just unreal. We've got to spend more time together and more time doing the things we love because everything came in this one single box right to my door. So see what a difference Gobble will make for your household. Right now, they're offering my listeners a fantastic limited time deal. You get $120 off across 4 boxes plus free shipping and free cookies. And let me tell you, those cookies, I ate one that was sin-baked and it was delicious. Go to gobble.com/reallife. That's GOBBLE.com/real-life for $120 off your first 4 boxes. This offer is not available on the home site, so don't miss out. This is genius. It's taste explosions in your mouth like you never had. Hey ladies, are you feeling overwhelmed by hormonal changes? Well, you're definitely not alone. There are more than 1,000 hormone disruptors living in our environment right now. It's in your food, your water, the air you breathe, the clothes you wear, your skincare products. They all mess with your hormones. Then there's the natural hormone changes your body goes through, premenopause, menopause. And while it's a natural process, it doesn't mean you have to suffer through it. The good news is you don't have to suffer through it anymore because now you have Hormone Harmony, a formula made only with herbal ingredients that are shown to reduce hormonal symptoms in women of all ages. Hormone Harmony is not just a hormone support and supplement. It's become a phenomenon. Women can't stop talking about it on social media. A bottle of Hormone Harmony is sold every 24 seconds. And the biggest benefit? Well, my wife says it makes her feel like her own self again. And that's what women mention over and over in the reviews. And there are over 30,000 reviews for Hormone Harmony. And for a limited time, you can get 15% off your entire first order at happymammoth.com. Just use code RLRC at checkout. That's happymammoth.com and use code RLRC for 15% off today. That's happymammoth.com and use code RLRC.
Maybe.
Or my brothers and sisters.
Maybe there's some good things too.
Yeah. I want to tell you what my superpowers are.
You do want to, or you don't want to?
I can't tell you.
You can't share your
secrets.
Well, maybe we'll do a special
then it
on
wouldn't
that.
be super anymore if I was a secret superhero.
Oh,
Right. Be.
Well, okay.
It's my birthday. I can sing crazy shit.
You can do anything you want on your birthday. Let's go to Minnesota for a tragic story. A 20-year-old Minnesota man was killed during a home invasion by a suspect who was dressed as a UPS worker. The 20-year-old was only home at the time of the attack because he was given an unexpected day off. Authorities don't believe he was the target of the invasion. Right. Jorge Reyes Jungwirth lived with his mom, Shannon Patricia Jungwirth, and stepfather, Mario Alberto Trejo Estrada, in Coon Rapids, Minnesota. According to prosecutors, all 3 were shot to death on Friday, just after noon local time, when a man wearing UPS uniform came to their door and was somehow able to get inside the home. 2 children under 5 who friends say were Reyes Jungwirth's siblings, were also at the house, but they were not physically harmed. Reyes Jungwirth worked long shifts at this tree removal company, and Friday would have been a normal work day for him, but he got a call from one of his bosses on Thursday night saying they were going to give him the day off because they didn't have a lot of work scheduled for Friday. So the suspect in Friday's triple homicide is a guy by the name of Alonzo Mingo, age 37. He was charged on Monday with 3 counts of second-degree murder. Prosecutors say security camera footage and audio from both inside and outside of the victim's home show this guy, Mingo, driving up to the residence and going to the front door dressed as a UPS delivery worker. Once he got inside, the video shows him demanding money from Trejo Estrada, that's the stepfather, and Jungwirth at gunpoint. It's not exactly clear how Mingo managed to get in the house, but the surveillance footage then shows Mingo shooting Jungwirth at point-blank range in the bedroom while the 2 young children were sitting close by. The bodies of Trejo Estrada and Reyes Jungwirth were discovered elsewhere in the house. So the mother and the stepfather's bodies were in another room. The motive for the shootings is yet to be determined, but a local paper, really the local paper, received a tip. That's the Minneapolis Star-Tribune, the main paper in Minneapolis. They reported on Monday that a search warrant tied to the investigation alleges that the stepfather, that's Trejo Estrada, had been trafficking cocaine, fentanyl, methamphetamine, and sending large amounts of money to Mexico. The paper said that after the killings, authorities searched a storage unit rented by Trejo Estrada where they seized psilocybin mushrooms, marijuana, meth, and an unspecified white powder. We could probably figure out what that is. So friends of the 20-year-old Reyes Jungwirth said he did not talk about his stepfather much, but said that they were very certain that he was not involved in any of those illicit activities. So they say he was ambitious, hardworking, and had dreams of owning his own business. And so fate, he gets the call, and he's home when they come looking for the stepdad, who obviously was involved in some stuff he should not have been involved in.
Crazy.
Well, we were just talking about this the other day about people dressing up, to trick you to opening a door.
Right.
And I'm sure it happens often.
Yeah.
Even with Ring cameras, if it's something you're normally used to seeing, you're just going to, FedEx guy shows up at your door, you're going to open the door.
Yeah. And most of those come with hats, and, so you're not going to get a good look at the person on video either. But it seemed like they didn't let him in. Like he had the UPS uniform so that he didn't draw suspicion walking up there, but he broke into the house, that he wasn't let in the house. So
it's crazy. I don't know. I tell people all the time, I used to train people, if you get that little feeling inside of your head, something just may be wrong, listen to it. It's whatever deity you pray to trying to cut you a break.
That's right.
Call in, and you can always call in to the UPS if you're not expecting a package or whatever, and call in and say, hey, there's somebody here at my door, or call the cops.
I used to, I did tell my kids, and, growing up, when they would get off of school, I would say, if somebody knocks on that door, don't answer it. I don't care who it is.
Exactly.
Don't answer it, because it could be someone pretending they are the UPS guy, for example.
Right.
Crazy.
I don't know.
Tragic story. Got another tragic story for you, and we're going to go to Pennsylvania. And a Pennsylvania man has been arrested after killing his father before displaying his decapitated head in a gruesome YouTube video while spouting.
How the fuck's YouTube give away with all this stuff? TikTok, you can't put up something for 2 seconds in this block. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but go ahead.
That's all right. Well, we'll get into that, though. I've got an answer to that question. Before displaying his decapitated head in a gruesome YouTube video while spouting conspiracy theories. Justin Moan, 32, is accused of killing his father, Michael Moan, who was 68. Moan was taken into custody about 100 miles away from the crime scene on suspicion of first-degree murder, abuse of a corpse, and possessing an instrument of crime with intent. In a YouTube video, which was titled Moan's Militia Calls to Arm for American Patriots, as cited in the police complaint, Moan is seen wearing gloves and holding his father's head in a plastic bag. Later, the head can be seen in a cooking pot.
What?
Moan says his father was a federal employee for 20 years and refers to him as a traitor, calling for the death of all federal officials. YouTube removed the video, which is more than 14 minutes long, around 3 hours after it was posted.
Wow.
So they did remove it. Somebody did report it. But the shame of the thing is it went 3 hours before it got removed. So I would imagine, I don't know how many views it had, but I would imagine a lot of people saw it before it got removed that didn't report it.
Right. Or and a lot of people probably screenshot it or videoed it. So it's not totally ever down, right?
Yeah.
But I just go back to when that car crash I came up on, and I was filming it just because it was on fire. And then I realized somebody was in the car and I had my phone while I wasn't filming it. I was running up to it, but I had it in my hand running like that. And shit, I tried to post it to TikTok and they took it down in like 30 seconds. Just because of the vehicle on fire.
That's right. And
I mean, I didn't show dead bodies and stuff. Yeah.
You know, it's all in what the algorithm catches. Obviously, they don't have human beings going through every YouTube video, so the algorithm is signaled and triggered to pick out certain things. I don't know how he had this tagged, or if there was. I'm sure there was no reference of
the Chinese are better at
a decapitated head in it. You know, but
that's crazy.
Yeah. Very.
I don't know. I don't get it. Well, anyway.
Horrible.
Well, you know, we talk about all kinds of crazy stuff on here, and here we go again. Okay. A Texas man has been arrested for choking a woman. That's pretty common, right? But then he bit off a portion of her nose.
Oh, my God.
What could drive him to do such a thing? Well, according to San Antonio police, David Moran Jr., 34, attacked the woman over her decision to work at a gentleman's club. More for those of you who don't know, a strip bar. This all occurred back on July 24th.
There's a difference.
There's nothing gentleman about a gentleman's club, right? This all occurred back on July 24th when Moran became frustrated that the woman was not returning his calls. At about 1 a.m., the pissed off Moran went to the woman's home, smashed through a glass window, and broke in. That's when he discovered some employment documents belonging to the 31-year-old woman. And police say the couple got into an argument regarding her chosen career path, and he began choking her. After he released her and she tried to escape, he attacked her again. This time, I guess he was trying to stop her from working at a gentleman's club. He bit her nose, tearing off a substantial portion of it, which will certainly cut down her tips. When he saw the amount of blood coming from the woman's nose, Moran ran like a little bitch. And the woman got medical help and has been scheduled for plastic surgery. I hope they can repair that damage. Last Friday, 6 months after the incident occurred, San Antonio police finally arrested this asshole on a traffic stop. I told y'all you can't outrun the warrants. He has been charged with ag assault, causing serious bodily harm and deformity. And
deformity.
Yeah, because right? That's serious shit. So in the state of Louisiana, as part of second-degree aggravated battery, if you lose consciousness or have to seek medical attention or you suffer some kind of deformity or disfigurement. So that's attempted murder. But we don't know if he's pled or not, y'all. But in 2019, Moran was charged with assault on the same woman who was 5 months pregnant at the time. And he was accused of brutally assaulting a woman who claimed Moran did not approve of her working, dressing up, or socializing. Court records show that charge was dismissed. That happens all too often. Anyway, when he was arrested, he had 3 active warrants, y'all. Winner, it should be loser, no chicken dinner.
God, but how many times do we have these stories where it happened before, and these women stay with these guys.
Oh, it's a cycle. I dealt with it, still dealing with it to this day on some people. It's too sad. I would tell them, one day I'm going to come back to your residence and your ass is going to be dead. I'm going to be working a homicide instead of a domestic violence case.
Well, at least in this case, he didn't kill her. But
I am pretty sure he destroyed her career as a, how can you say it nicely?
An entertainer?
Dancer.
An adult entertainer?
Yes, an adult
Would that be the appropriate description? My wife was telling me about a case that I guess the guy just got sentenced in Mississippi this week, which she actually knew the guy. She went on a date with the guy way back when. But this guy had beaten the crap out of his wife. Yeah. And but she showed up at his sentencing with the kids begging for the court to have mercy on him. Mm-hmm. And that he was a good man. He'd never done this before. I mean, all of that kind of stuff. And the judge didn't budge an inch.
And I think it was like 2001 something. We arrest these same assholes over and over again. But what would happen is that cycle of violence, they start off happy-go-lucky, and then things, start come around in a circle now, y'all. And things start to go south until the ass whipping or whatever comes, and then the rest comes, and then we're sorry, and makeup period, and you have a honeymoon period, and the cycle starts again. But we would arrest the same assholes over and over, and some of them were women over and over again, and their spouses would go in and drop the charges after they got them out of jail. But so the state of Louisiana now will press the charges, even if you try to drop them or say, I'm not a victim, they're like, fuck you, we're prosecuting them. So,
well,
don't do it. Hey,
I don't know if Mississippi has the same law, but the judge did not yield anything and gave him I'll tell you this, I'm going to go officially on the record and say I have never put my hands on a female that I was in a relationship with. I know on the street. Yeah, on the street as an officer,
Swim might have done that.
You kick Swim in the nuts. We were going to the ground if I could get to my freeze plus P or whatever.
Right.
Have they ever put their hands on you? You ever been
in a relationship where somebody put their hands on me? I don't know about that. I'm not going to answer that.
The fifth got taken.
I'll take the fifth on that.
He got kicked downstairs by someone.
Yeah, well,
or Swim did.
I can promise you, if he did, he's no longer with them. How about that? So there you go.
Let's go to New York, where the NYPD has busted a dozen brothels. These brothels were rife with inhumane conditions. This was a week-long takedown of brothels in Queens. The department began investigating 12 different commercial locations that were posing as massage parlors. They were all along a strip called Roosevelt Avenue. It was a pretty big street, major commercial corridor, due to acegations of illegal prostitution activity. Yeah. The investigations led to undercover NYPD officers entering the storefronts on various dates where individuals agreed to perform sex acts in exchange for a fee. This all occurred between Jan 18 and Jan 25, so they took a 1-week period and hit all these places. The NYPD executed court orders directing the temporary closures of these seedy establishments. It's clear what's taking place there, Mayor Eric Adams told reporters Thursday at the culmination of the operation. This is really bringing down the quality of life in this community, and anyone who says this is a victimless crime, you really need to see the inhumane conditions. I've got a picture we'll post, and I was blown away by this. I mean, I don't know what I expected it to look like inside this place, but it literally is like a twin bed, a shitty one.
It's like a Mexican whorehouse.
Separated by a shower curtain from another twin bed, separated by and a row of them.
It's like
it's
like restaurants. They call it turn on tabletops, right? And get customers in and out as fast as you can so you can make more money.
Yeah, it's fast food prostitution is what was going on there. So the unsightly conditions included a long row of filthy beds within the brothels, each separated only by curtains. This has been a calling for over a year now from community residents. Francisco Moya, a council member, said local businesses are just frustrated with the fact that they have to walk these streets and see what's happening out there in the open. No arrests were made during the series of shutdowns. I don't understand this. With the department's assistant commissioner, Kaz Daughtry, noting that the efforts are not meant to target the sex workers. We don't want to lock up the women that work there. We want to get them help. Our job as the police department is to help them, give them the services that they need so that they don't have to do this. There are other types of work here in New York City besides doing this. I don't know. It's a very New Yorky.
It's the fucking law's the law. I understand if they're sex trafficked or whatever, then you can get them some help or what have you.
Yeah.
And if you're screwing for money, then that's the law.
Right. And they didn't arrest anybody. They didn't even arrest the owners of these.
Yeah. So that's a whole bunch of your wasted money there in New York City.
Yeah, so they're exposing the fact that this exists, and maybe the health department is going to do
everybody in the world doesn't know
prostitution.
prostitution exists. It's the oldest profession in the world.
I don't get it. We don't arrest anyone.
Get a rope. No, not for prostitution.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Give us a mile high.
A sound of an airplane. Yes, and we're going to bring you to another story from Frontier Airlines. And look, when you got to go, you got to go.
Premium airline.
A passenger aboard a Frontier Airlines flight from Orlando to Philadelphia has been slapped with federal charges after her caught-on-video meltdown when she flashed the cabin by pulling down her pants and underwear, cursed the crew, and threatened to kill fellow flyers. Dulcie Hurtas, 60, had 2 cocktails, got out of her seat while the plane was about to land in Philly, and announced, "I have to pee." A flight attendant told her she had to sit down, but the woman began cursing before finally taking her seat during her outburst. After the plane landed and was taxiing to the gate, Hurtis began cursing the passengers around her. Mm-hmm. The captain was notified about the unhinged passenger and made an announcement instructing everyone to remain seated. At the gate, she pushed other passengers out of the way as she went to the front of the cabin, where she approached a lavatory but was stopped by the crew. "Sorry, everybody," she announced, then pulled down her pants and underwear as she squatted as if to urinate in the aisle.
Oh, Lord.
She displayed her anus and her genitalia.
Right?
She displayed.
Despite the stooped stance, she stopped short of relieving herself on the floor, pulled her underwear and pants back up, but then cursed out several passengers. She approached the front of the plane and told the flight attendant, "Let me pass." When she failed to get by, she continued to yell, curse, and threaten to kill several passengers.
Nice.
She has been charged with indecent exposure in the special aircraft jurisdiction of the United States, interference with flight crew members and attendants, and simple assault. And we happen to have the screenshots of
That is crazy. I saw shots of
awesome
her
lady
doing it.
who
Oh, my Lord.
who decided, to moon the world,
Oh, my Lord.
to say it mildly, and
She's going to federal prison.
we'll post what we can on the Facebook page.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
Yeah, she had enough.
She had enough.
To say the least.
They had enough.
Yes.
And
That's
nobody
your
wants to
Baja
see
Crunch
that
for money.
stuff,
The
right?
funniest thing is she's wearing a freaking mask.
Yeah. Wearing a mask because that works.
She's not worried about taking a dump in the middle of the aisle, but
she's worried about COVID.
Be safe while doing it.
All
Oh,
right.
my
Well, that was
God.
a good one there, Jimmy.
There you go.
So, yeah. Here we go. Kinky crimes on Monday. So, see how we're going to do this one, y'all. This is not the Wawa. This is a racetrack, which is a southern thing. I don't know if they have
It's a southern
No, they
version
don't
of a
have
Wawa.
racetracks up there.
no,
so,
racetracks are really nice
Probably-
and big. Wawas are
okay. I was going to
much
say maybe
smaller.
they're just, Wawa is something Yankees do in racetracks or something Southern State. I don't know. But anyway, so check this out. There was a woman. Sounds like a story time. There was a woman wielding a sharp-edged vegetable peeler, and she threatened the convenience store workers. Destroyed a Red Bull display. But I forgot a key ingredient. I forgot to tell you, the woman was naked.
Oh,
okay.
Now we're getting into it.
And she just was a genius and decided she was going to masturbate in front of sheriff's deputies before they took her into custody.
There you go.
All right.
Give them a little extra show.
Investigators say that Celia Barrett, 35, caused a drunken disturbance Sunday evening at a racetrack in St. Petersburg, Florida.
You know what county that is?
Is that Pinellas?
It is.
There you
Pinellas
go.
County.
We got Pinellas back in the news again. That upon arriving without her clothes at the store, Barrett began yelling about being trespassed from the business the prior day. So she got kicked out the day before. This time she shows up butt-ass naked. Right?
There you go.
So on Tuesday, police had warned Barrett that she would be subject to arrest if she returned to the racetrack. As detailed in a series of criminal complaints, after Barrett, peeler in hand, like a potato peeler, showed up at the store around 6:40 p.m., butt naked, she threatened two workers, one of whom told police that Barrett said she would kill him. Barrett proceeded to topple and break a display of Red Bull energy drinks and spill cigarettes from a carton she had torn open. I don't know how you get that because they're behind the counter. But when officers arrived at the racetrack, Barrett was still inside and still naked. And prior to being taken into custody, Barrett began masturbating in front of the deputies. I can only imagine what choice words she was saying. I'm gonna show you my monkey. Barrett did admit to being intoxicated and said she consumed approximately 6 shots of liquor. She can't handle her liquor. It's probably 6 times 3 rule, so 18, maybe a fifth. But she was charged with ag assault, disorderly intoxication, trespass, criminal mischief, and exposure of her junk. Barrett is being held in the county jail in Pinellas County, and here we will have a picture. And I don't know who. I'm not. You know what? I'm not doing lookism. Your story, that lady or this lady.
Yeah,
they look like they could be twins.
Yeah. And don't do that. Don't
The cops coming to arrest you.
Masturbate in front of the cops.
Naked, you're gonna just. Yeah. Okay.
And
let me know how it
on
works
top
out
of all
for you.
that, destroys a Red Bull.
That's
Thread
the big
people with
thing.
a potato peeler.
The Red Bull display. I mean,
Yeah.
those are hard to put together.
Yes.
I wonder where she got the potato peeler from. There you go. Kiki cries for.
I saw like 5 different versions of that, and it's called an apple peeler in one. So
It's just basically the same device. Yeah.
it's a knife.
I mean, I do. Yeah, it's a knife with the little.
It has
slit
a
in the
slot,
middle.
Yeah.
slotted.
I just slide. I do cucumbers and different things with them. Potatoes, sometimes. I like my skin.
Got a
I like my
racetrack?
skin on my potatoes.
Yeah.
I had German potatoes, German French fries last night.
Really?
I've never.
What's that about?
They're really weird. They look like apple slices. They're round, about that big, and they were unbelievably good.
All right.
I went to that Crescent City Steaks. Took my son out for his birthday, and they did those really nice.
I'll tell you. Well, y'all come and I'll show you my secret for French fries.
Spark something uncommon this holiday with just the right gift from Uncommon Goods. The busy holiday season is here, and Uncommon Goods makes it less stressful with incredible hand-picked gifts for everyone on your list, all in one spot. Gifts that spark joy, wonder, delight, and that's exactly what I wanted feeling. Hey, y'all, I ordered a super cool piece. It's a candle with a sculpture of an LSU's Tiger Stadium on top of it. And each officially licensed laser cut wooden replica features up to 4 layers of detail, creating a bird's eye view of a specific football field, seating section, and more. And every label includes your stadium's name, the team's logo, and school location. And it has a coconut, soy, vegan wax infused with sandalwood smell that creates tailgates and touchdowns scent profile, reminiscent of game day. It's invigorating like fresh cut grass and nostalgic like smoke from a pre-game grill. in calming like the crisp autumn air of a new semester on campus. Y'all, I love it. I have it at the base of my TV, and I'm ready to watch the Tigers play on Saturday night, right? Uncommon Goods. Look, when you shop at Uncommon Goods, you're supporting artists and small independent businesses. And many of their handcrafted products are made in small batches. So shop now before they sell out this holiday season. Uncommon Goods looks for products that are high quality, unique, and often handmade or made in the U.S. They have the most meaningful, out of the ordinary gifts anywhere. They even have gifts you can personalize. From holiday hosts and hostess gifts to the coolest finds for kids, to hits for everyone from the book lovers to diehard sports fans. Uncommon Goods has something for everyone, not the same old selections you can just find anywhere. And with every purchase you make at Uncommon Goods, they give $1 to a nonprofit partner of your choice. They've donated more than $3 million to date. So to get 15% off your next gift, go to uncommongoods.com/RLRC. That's uncommongoods.com/RLRC for 15% off. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Uncommon Goods, we're all out of the ordinary.
There you go.
There you go. Dumb criminals.
We got a dumb one. It's a little bit sad too.
Well, that's
but
amazing
it's
how many
mostly
dumb criminals. Oh, I've always said prisons are full of dummies.
Yes. So we're going to Virginia, folks. No, they don't do a lot of Virginia crimes.
We did a couple recently.
We're going to Virginia,
Every now and then.
where a man was sentenced to 100 years in prison for murdering a coworker.
Uh-oh.
And he murdered him because the guy stole his lunch from their work refrigerator at Target.
There you go. Good.
Bazin Bear, age 25, received a 100-year sentence with 30 years suspended, meaning he will serve 70 years of active incarceration, the Fairfax County Commonwealth's attorney announced on Tuesday. Bear was charged with first-degree murder after beating and stabbing his coworker Hernan Leyva, age 58, to death in the parking lot of the Target in Bailey's Crossroads on the morning of April 17, 2021. According to prosecutors, Bear was angry that Leyva, who was the janitor at Target, had taken his lunch from the office fridge 3 days earlier.
Hey, that's frustrating.
Right?
After his lunch was stolen, Bear began planning the murder of his coworker.
Nice.
On April 15th, he purchased a hammer and 2 knives as he was leaving his shift at Target. He told detectives that he spent the next day, April 16th, training for the murder.
Nice.
On the
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
on the morning of April 17th, Bear arrived at the employee parking lot early and waited for Leyva to show up. When Leyva arrived, Bear stabbed and bludgeoned him to death before fleeing the scene. Bear confessed to the killing immediately and pleaded guilty to first-degree murder in October of 2023. Prosecutors said at Bear's sentencing hearing that he threatened to kill or hurt other people if he was not given the harshest possible sentence. So this guy understood what the heck was going on. So he's a dumb criminal, but at least he's smart enough to know he needs to be in prison.
One question, and maybe I missed it. What was the lunch?
They didn't say.
Didn't say. What's had a guy kill
What could possibly
his brother?
infuriate you that much?
Had a guy kill his brother over a mayonnaise sandwich.
In Northern Virginia, that's Fairfax County outside of D.C. Could have been crabs.
Hey,
could have been crab cakes.
Horrible for the dude that stole the lunch because he probably didn't even steal it.
Yeah.
Well,
But it's
and
horrible that he got murdered anyway.
it's horrible that he got murdered, but also this guy, Bear, was obviously walking around in a very disturbed mental state.
Ticking time bomb.
And he was employed at Target. He could have done anything. Yeah. And for him to have the realization that he begged them at the sentencing to give him the harshest sentence possible.
Well, he'll die in prison. There you go.
All right.
There you go. It's another episode.
You know what we didn't do yet?
What?
We didn't bet on the Super Bowl.
Oh, that's right.
How did you
time.
do it?
It's only Monday.
We got
I
time.
know, but we can go ahead and
This is a Pro
say
Bowl.
our picks, or y'all don't know yet.
I'm still doing my research. I'm still trying to understand just how much influence Taylor's going to have. Have you guys been reading these stupid ass Taylor Swift conspiracy theories? I mean, I joke about this stuff, but there are people out there with these crazy that she's a secret Pentagon asset. Are you effing kidding me? I mean, there's just
who's been a singer since she was.
Just look up Taylor Swift conspiracies, and one's more crazier than the next.
Never looking up as Taylor Swift anything.
Well, and by the way, if there was a conspiracy, the NFL already got what they want. She's in the game, so they don't need the Chiefs to win now. Right. They're going to get the big ratings no matter what.
Well, here's the interesting thing about all of that, and we joke around about Miss Taylor, and but to tell you the power she has, honestly, her boyfriend. Kelsey. Yeah. So him and his brother have a podcast.
Yeah.
Do you know that podcast is the number one podcast in the world?
It's really good, by the way.
Is it?
Yes, it's excellent.
But nobody would listen to that if it wasn't for Taylor Swift.
Oh, no. They were doing well long before
his brother.
They weren't number one.
Starting center for the Philadelphia Eagles.
He just retired.
He's a Pro Bowler. He retired this year. And then Travis, of course, is Pro Bowl tight end. But you know what? It certainly doesn't hurt that.
No.
Oh, no. She has 280 million followers.
Yeah.
280 million followers.
Good for them.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Is that tops? I don't, is there anyone who could, I don't know what Elon has. Elon has a ridiculous number. Kim Kardashian has a ridiculous number.
I don't follow other people's numbers.
That might be.
Well, you've got 278 million, don't you?
Yeah, because I mean.
So
that's right.
You're only 2 million behind. You just need to push.
Plus or minus 1 or 2.
Period.
Right. So anyway,
we'll do that. We'll do that on for Friday's show.
Okay.
So Monday, yeah, because we got time. The Pro Bowl, nobody wants to watch that shit anyway.
But all the women in the audience are holding off making their bets until we make ours, so so they can get our insight. So we'll give you all those tips on Friday.
Well. Love and appreciate each and every one of y'all. This is usually the weekend we do the crew bash every year, except for the one time we did it Saturday night before Father's Day, which will probably it'll be sometime this summer. We'll keep y'all updated. Lots of things coming. Love and appreciate each and every one of you. That's all I got.
Anything, Mike?
I'm sorry. I wasn't ready for you to end there, Woody. I thought you were going. What are you doing for your birthday, by the way?
I'll probably do it the weekend before the birthday. I want to go squirrel hunting with some dogs.
Yeah, there you go. That'd be fun.
What do you want to do?
I want to go squirrel hunting.
Squirrel hunting.
I love squirrel hunting more than I do deer hunting.
Really?
Yep.
But aren't they just out there in your backyard on the trees?
Not that kind of hunting. We use dogs to tree them and then shoot them. And then I know most people are going to think this is gross, but I clean them and put them in a pressure cooker, cook them to their tender, then I take them out, cut them up, and then I deep fry them. So
what part of the squirrel are you?
All of it, the whole fucking thing.
Everything.
The old timers like the brains.
Tail?
No.
Okay.
I said I cleaned them.
You said everything.
I ain't eating fur. I said I cleaned them.
Okay.
I'm not going to pressure cook fur. Right. Male squirrels got pretty big nuts on them. I had never eaten the nuts either.
Yeah.
I think you need to do a video of that. I need to see that.
I can promise you this. I'm gonna drink some beer and eat something good.
There you go.
How about that?
Okay, drink some beer, kill some squirrels. I think I'm gonna do less harm to animals this weekend than Woody is. That's my prediction. Hopefully, I can keep up with that.
Probably a safe bet.
Yeah, probably so.
All right. Until next time, I'm Jim Chapman.
I'm Woody Overton,
and I'm Mike Agavino,
your host of Real Life, Real Crime Daily. Peace.
This
is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.